Thank you for the follow, can raise or back.
Hello, how is everybody doing? Good evening. It is good to see you all. Welcome back to Terra, Invicta, and the never-ending war to try and escape Earth. Spaceship tunes, yes. Okay, so who have we got? Hey Mishaps, hey Core, hey Razorback, hey Hayden, hey Toasted Waffles, hey Kite, hey Muraz, hey Cliff. Welcome all to the stream, thank you for joining. MCRN Razorback, I just get that. I just got that reference. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that as well. That's awesome. I'm going to turn the music up just a little bit. Let me know if that's okay. Hey Demonicus, coffee for all would be great. It's a bit late for me to have a coffee. It's been a while since last on. The time wasn't good for me. I'm sorry to hear that. Hoping the run is going well. Is the... For anyone who has been here, what would you think of the answer to that question? Has the run been going well? Let's just say that we are still in the game. I'll give it that much. Oops, I want to move chat down a little bit. Nope, that's the wrong chat box. That's the box I want to move down. We are definitely in the game still. I don't know if we're doing it could be going worse. Yes, I think we'll take that. Our biggest issue right now, we are at war with the aliens. It's been one of the runs of all time. It's going anyway. Well, as relative. I feel so much pressure at the moment for this to not end. Hey Dragons, thank you very much for becoming powerful spectators. I'm glad that you're all enjoying yourselves. To be honest, I'm really enjoying myself too, and I know that a lot of it is because of mistakes that I make. I think it's a good thing your objective is to leave Earth. Look, we've managed to stop the aliens from getting a really proper permanent presence. Well, that's a tongue twister. Proper permanent presence on Earth for a while now, and I think that's pretty impressive considering everything else that's happened. So last time we had yet another war with America and the alien administration. And unfortunately, we had to deal with an alien carrier that came into Earth orbit. And because of that, we are currently at war. The aliens are going to hit us for a while until they satisfy their what's it called? The retaliation that they need to hit us for destroying the carrier. And it's going to probably keep us busy for a little bit of time. This is making a mod. What's your mod that you're making? I'm still waiting for the very exciting Cold War start to come in. Thank you very much, Mishaps. So at the moment, we're waiting for ultraviolet arc laser batteries to complete their research. When this happens, we should see an upgrade to our LDAs, and we're going to build a new. Oh, really? That's insane, Mishaps. We're full of custom ships. Oh, wow. That's awesome. We will then look at rebuilding a lot of our ships for using ultraviolet laser batteries. We have also got to try and hold on to Ringhav's research. At the moment we are in the lead, but we need to keep an eye on the servants who might want to overtake us, because I'm currently going all in on the ultraviolet arc laser batteries. We are no longer at war with the alien administration, and we'll just confirm that before I make any assumptions that we are. There's only 2 wars at the moment. This is actually the quietest the world has been in a long time. There's just the Israel-Sudan war and the Italy-Benin-Togo war, which I feel like is just always starting and ending all the time. That's awesome, MCR and Razorback. I would be interested in checking that out. Okay, so at the moment we have a whole ton of people on advised missions. I think one of the things we need to do is we need to check our priorities. No, did I fix all of our priorities at the end of the last stream? Is there a way to see the priorities from here? There is a way to do it. Yeah, there we go. They're all on It's a New Normal, and then we've got Japan. Yeah, that's all good. So we fixed our priorities. Giving up on coal guns? Well, coal guns at the moment, we will get to them, but we don't even have the opportunity to research them yet, XXX. So they're not in my normal area here. We need to do the... I'm pretty sure we need to unlock something for coil guns still. So we will eventually get there. Full search. No, I didn't mean to click that. I have to wait for it to load. Then the greater factional research. Okay. Yeah, so coil guns require... I actually want to look at the tech-only tree. Coil guns are currently available. So once we've got ring halves, we'll look at getting coil guns. But right now, we're going to go for arc lasers just so that we've got something, because at the moment our LDAs do nothing. Yeah, it is a lot better than tech tree. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to reassign our people who are sitting. I think you made railguns obsolete. I can fix that once we've got coil guns unlocked. We've got other kind of research priorities right now. Let's have a look at level up. So human, all of our agents are getting on a little bit in age, which I'm a little bit concerned about. Name's Blonde has a level up. Now, there's no traits I want to get rid of. They're currently at 25 admin, 25 persuasion, 16 espionage. Let's keep leveling their espionage up. That's fine for them. Yomamo doesn't have a level up. Groucho hasn't got a level up. Hard Python does, and I think there's something I want to get rid of on him. No, it's not on him. It's Yomamo I want to get rid of it on. Age is a research problem. Yes, we can research life extension through, I think it's biological research, so we'll get there when we get there. Who is this we're looking at again? This is Hard Python. I want to keep leveling his security up. No, I want to start leveling his command up a little bit. We'll get that done. Okay. Now we need to set missions. Does any of our nations need defended? No. That's a good start. So, we need to think about what we're going to do with our agents at the moment. If we want to try and overthrow America, we're going to need to hit it hard with a whole bunch of people going for trying to hit their unrest, because we've already got it back to peaceful. We've got absolutely no chance of doing this in the alien administration because they mind control their population, so you can't actually raise unrest. Yes, you can indeed. I have that research unlocked, but I haven't done it. The one to give them more starting XP. So we could hit America. Or we could try hunting for humanity first, and maybe Academy or Resistance operatives to turn. Sorry, I'm just taking a loss of drink. Don't forget to get rid of Ossiverse. Yes, it's on Yomamo. She hasn't got enough XP at the moment, but I'm remembering it because I've missed it so many times. I can nuke their population. Yes, Toasted Waffles, I can nuke their population. I don't want to do that because then they'll nuke me back. Maybe we leave Earth. I think we're going to go and try and do something to America. I don't think we're going to be successful, but we'll give it a go. Let's see what 1 turns of investment can do. So Human can't get involved.
At your service.
Jebediah can.
Where do you need
can. Yoma can.
Acknowledged.
Groucho can.
Standing
Python
by.
can't.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, we're not going to work on that. We're going to try it in America. Well, orbital bombardment with siege coils would be great if we had any siege coils. So we're going to send Jebediah into San Juan, and we're going to give him some ops. We're going to boost him up to about 70%, and we're going to increase unrest.
The people will rise.
We're going to send Blonde in.
What's the op?
And do the same thing. He's not as good at it. We'll get him up to... Oof, it's going to cost 128. I'm going to hit this hard this turn.
Bring it all down.
And if we can't do it, we can't do it.
Where to?
I didn't say it was a good idea, just an idea. Well, that's fair. Again, we're going to hit them hard. China's not in a bad position. There's nowhere we can really connect with China at the moment. I'm going to try this for 1 turn. If we can't do it, we'll move on.
What's the op?
I would like to see
Your
how we
orders?
do. Okay, she's just great at increasing unrest.
We will bring it down.
China doesn't really have much in the way of claims on anywhere at the moment. It has claims on pretty much... The alien administration has claims on China. All China has claims on are Taipei and... I'm not sure what state this is. And this state here. So there's not much... Oh yeah, that's a good point. We're on 3 turn weeks. Yes, that's a really, really good point. Okay, so I need missions for Hard Python and for Groucho Marx. How is Unrest looking? We've got 42% public opinion in Singapore. We have no unrest anywhere. So I'm going to send Human to Singapore to stabilize. No, to public campaign in Singapore, if I can find Singapore. Here it is.
Making our case.
That leaves Hard Python. We could try to take Taiwan. We could indeed try to take Taiwan. It's currently owned by the Protectorate. If we wanted Taiwan... Oh, we have to inspire. Yes, thank you very much, Tofu. We do indeed need to... do the inspire. Yay, Scarlet Fox, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. How goes the Exodus? It goes. It's what I said to everybody else. It goes. We're having a tough campaign. So in order to get hold of Taiwan, we need, how many? 13... They're all 13... Well, they're all 14, right? So 14, 28... 36, 40, what is it, like 46 or something we need free? We don't have quite enough but it would just be up the edge of our cap. I think it would be fine. We could start working on public opinion in Taiwan. We'll maybe look at that next turn. For now, Hard Python has to get into inspiring Yomamo because her loyalty is gonna hit rock bottom because of all the stations we're about to lose.
I'll ensure their loyalty.
Okay, so that's the situation on Earth. Now, Sacrifice, one of our stations has actually built a point defense array, which is amazing. Yes, exactly. We can merge Taiwan in. I do want to make sure that we are still investing in military, maybe a little bit more than we are, just so that we don't fall behind. I want to keep this robotics age advantage that we have. It means we're spreading things a little bit thinner, but I just want to make sure we're still pushing as much as we can into that to make sure we're going. Now, in terms of ships, at the moment, we don't have much in the way of construction. We have in Earth orbit some monitors, some Astarte class under construction, and that's it. In terms of mission control, we can't go over 120, is it 124 mission control? Let me just quickly open my notepad document that I have all of my notes in. Let me just drop this over here. And let's have a look. Yeah, our control cap is 123 mission control. So we don't want to get over 123. Now, mishaps you have a really good idea there that we queue up a bunch of ships and pause them before they are launched to hide behind the mission control cap. What I want to do is once we've got our hands on ultraviolet arc laser batteries, we'll design some new ships to do that with. We can indeed deploy an additional mine for free. We just need somewhere to put it. And that's what I want to do. You want to merge China into Taiwan. Yeah, I don't want to put Taiwan into China. I think last saw this first had a flight space against the battleship. Basically, we've just been in a never-ending hell war since that fight against the battleship. We've shot down 3 alien carriers. We've combined China, Iran, and the Caliphate into one kind of super country, even though they're not fully combined yet. And the aliens control Russia and India. That's pretty much where we're at. Okay, we're going to probably get hit by some aliens here. Let's confirm assignments. We'll unpause the game. I'll speed it up, and we'll see what happens. Okay, an alien fleet has arrived in Mars orbit. That's not good. You don't need the recaps. Sorry, Scarlet Fox. Okay. Alien fleet has launched for Oracle Station. So they're going to arrive on the 1st of October at Oracle Station. I'm pretty certain that Oracle Station is the only station we have in Mars orbit. It is. Okay. So at the moment, Oracle Station is under construction. However, Oracle Station is guarded by untethered missile silo. A fleet that we built on Mars and launched into Mars orbit specifically to guard this station while we tried to rebuild our Mars presence. So this is the only station we have in Mars orbit right now, and it's currently defended by Frost-chan, Disputed Authenticity. This music is really this music is perfect for this moment, and Trailing Pathfinder. These 3 ships are all that stands between Alien Fleet Victor 234 and the certain destruction of this station. Now, Alien Fleet 234 is 1 alien frigate, and these ships are armed with Poseidon torpedoes. I think we've got this. I think we will be fine. So let's see what happens when they arrive. We're going to have a fight pretty much at the start of the stream. That's a lot more ship. Okay, this is in low Earth orbit. Wow, that's a lot of ships. This is the ship fleet that has the battleship in it. So they've arrived on low Earth orbit. They're doing a lot of combining ships together at the moment in Earth orbit. They're going from a cliff station. Is that one of our sacrificial stations? Yes, it is. It's one of our sacrificial stations. Okay, so we should really name that Sacrifice Charlie or whatever. I think we should be a little more over the top for First Chance Magical Drill Transformation Team. I just feel like they would introduce characters or ships in the movie. Yeah, that was actually really fun. That was really fun with the background music. Okay, I just need to call this Sacrifice Charlie, because these are sacrificial stations. I don't think they could rearm from the Mars settlements. Yes, they should be able to land and take off again. Well, that's a great shot. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? Shame the station is about to die, but that looks really cool. Okay. This is a great track, but it's not a great track for battles. Okay. Oracle Station, First Chan, Disputed Authenticity. We need a decent track to back this. Is this good? We'll go for this. Alright, let's go. Start battle. What is a Clear Tide armed with? Laser cannon, plasma battery, defense turret. So we're gonna have to overwhelm it with missiles. We're gonna go max velocity. We're going to have to just boost towards this thing as fast as we can. Select everybody. We're going to give them acceleration commands. I don't want to boost past it, but that's probably about as good as we're going to get. We're going to set it as the fleet target. Now, the question is we have 24 torpedoes per ship. Do I want to fire everything Star Trek 2009 style? Or do I want to maybe just fire a salvo and see if that overwhelms? There is a full ahead button, but I don't want to use up all of their 0.2 Delta V. In fact, I already am using up all of their 0.2 Delta V. So a salvo is 50% of... No, it's 25%, I believe. Hang on. A salvo, where is it? It tells me in one of these tooltips. A weapon with 25% of the weapon's maximum ammo capacity. So a salvo of 12, what's 25% of 12? It's what? 4, 8, 12. 4, 8, 12. It's not 4. It's like 3.5. So each one will fire 3 missiles. Which is about 6 missiles per ship. So that's 6, 12, 18 missiles total. Is 18 missiles enough? Just 3. It's the guns. The weapon, the salvo, 20% of the weapons. Yeah, so it's going to be 3 per weapon. Just 3, yeah, no fractions of missiles. So it's going to be 6 per ship, 18 total. Oh, the music got great and then it stopped. Why did that happen? Because that was only a 1 minute long track. Cool. Okay. I think we're going to have to go all in. I don't think 18 missiles will be enough. I think we're going to have to fire everything. We're going to do the Star Trek 2009 style. Let's go. They have now used up all of their remaining Delta V. They can no longer return to the planet side to land. This is probably going to be massive overkill, but I'd rather get the kill. The station is almost complete. Okay, we got the kill. Mars is safe for now. I feel justified going all in there. Alright, Space Force Project Exodus have defeated the aliens in a battle at Oracle Station in low Mars orbit. The aliens lost 1 ship. We got ourselves 0.94 exotics. Remember, we need hundreds of these. Okay, let's close this for the moment, and let's just have a quick look at that station. So Oracle Station, when is that going to be online? The 11th of November, 2037. So next month we'll have the orbital core, and this should have shipyards. Defense array, fission reactor, fission reactor, fission reactor, fission reactor, fission reactor, shipyard. Okay, so, and the shipyard will be available on the 11th of December as well. So this, we just have to hold out for 1 month and hope they don't attack us for 1 month. I don't think there are any other alien ships in Mars orbit right now. There are not. And I don't think there are any en route either. It does not appear that there are. So we should be fine. Now we need to deal with this fleet that is coming for our sacrificial stations. We do, Toasted Waffles. What about Victor 134? Victor 134 is in Earth orbit. That's fine. Until the missile cellular are available for operations. Or is it Victor 235 I'm thinking of? Well, they've arrived at Sacrifice Charlie. Sacrifice Charlie will be destroyed. We don't believe anyone destroyed. Now we need to find a new station. And I know that I know that this is very gimmicky, but we've been punished enough, and I'm just going to do it for this period, and I'm not going to do this again for the rest of the campaign. So we've just put together a new station, which is Sacrifice Delta Station. Let me have a look at them in a second. Mishaps. Sorry, crash test. Sacrifice Delta. I will try giving it 2-point defense arrays and 2 solar arrays just in case it gets built. Stranger things have happened. And let's have a look at, what was it? Alpha Victor 134. Aliens. No, they're transferring to Earth. There's nothing. The aliens have nothing on the way to Mars at all. Mars should be safe. At least that station should get built. Okay. Whoa, the game did not let me zooming out that quickly. Let's go to here. And what OST is that? That is from the XCOM 2. What's it called? It's the DLC that added in a lot of tracks from the first game remixed. Alien Fleet 246 has arrived in low Earth orbit. Alien Fleet launches for Sacrifice Delta. That's fine. They've arrived at Sacrifice Delta. They've destroyed Sacrifice Delta. Let's deploy another station. I know this is cheesy. I promise not to do it again once we've gone through this section. But honestly, I don't know how we'd survive if we didn't do that. If you do sacrifice stations, you have to keep them around permanently. Yes, if they survive, then they will be kept. Sacrifice Echo.
45 seconds to go. Okay. So far, it looks as tight as it was yesterday.
Hellbreakers? What's Hell? What do you mean Hellbreakers? That's the X. The OST is from XCOM 2. Union Defense Forces arrived in the Dubai region. We have a new army in Dubai, which is amazing. We'll wait until we get control of them, and then we'll rename them. Hardspace Shipbreakers. No, this is from Hardspace Shipbreakers. This is from, but the one before was from XCOM 2. Were people manning the ships? Yes, I know. This one is Shipbreakers for sure. Okay, they're now launching for Sacrifice Echo. How many stations do they need to kill to sate their anger at us destroying one carrier? And they've destroyed Sacrifice Echo, so we now build Sacrifice Foxtrot. How far do I go with this? Okay, chat. When do I stop making sacrifices? When will you be significantly annoyed with me that I need to stop cheesing the game by doing this? We did get a lot of exotics from that carrier. Yes, we did. Poor sad Yamama. I know. She is not going to be happy with me. When you run out of boost. I like that. They're setting for Foxtrot.
I couldn't get through to them.
Okay, that's a failure on the first. That's a failure on the Inspire for Yamama. Personally, I don't do it, but whatever works. I'm only doing it because we've lost so much stuff. When I run out of phonetic letters, so I can go through 27. Is that right? God, imagine if I forgot how long the alphabet was and I said it wrong there. I'm not going to go past I. Okay? I'm not going to go past I. So this is golf. So I want to go hotel and research automated station. We need automated stations anyway for getting to Jupiter. They did it in World War II. Yeah, it might be 26 letters. How much it depends on the tier of modules they kill, a tier station. Really, XXX. So there's not really much point in doing this then. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to do then. If there really is nothing, if this is barely doing anything, unless you upside down people. What, you haven't heard of, I was going to make up a letter there, but I was worried I might say something that sounded vaguely bad, so I'm not actually going to do it. This is Sacrifice Zulu. This is the last sacrificial station we're going to make. Because if XXX is correct, and it matters on what they actually destroy, then there's no point doing this, because it's going to take forever to actually appease them with this strategy. Thorn is a letter. More like Sacrifice Kessler Syndrome. If you don't do it, they like destroy all carriers. They don't really like... Well, yes, I know. This is the third carrier I've destroyed. This is why we're in this situation. Fake wooden airfield in World War II. True. Okay, they have just destroyed Sacrifice Zulu. Let's see what they do next. Actually, what I'm going to do... Okay, they're heading for Sacrifice Beta, which is the second one I built. I'm just going to do a quick save. Did I? Was it only 4? They've destroyed more than 4 stations at this point. Okay, they're actually going to attack Sacrifice, which I spelt wrong. It's actually Sacrifice Beta. We have to go through the battle, and it's this. Look at this baby station that has to defend itself against the aliens. Isn't it cute? It hasn't even finished building all of its solar arrays, so it can only power one of its point defense arrays. Here they come. Let's actually see what their firepower's like. They're coming in really slow. The cruiser here has a mag cannon, a mag battery, a laser turret, and a light mag battery. A corvette, gunship. And they've got a frigate here, which I think is all lasers. Yeah, so the cruiser's kind of the biggest thing here. Are they actually moving? Yeah, they're just coasting in. They're padlocked in for tier 2. It was probably tier 2 stations, yeah. God, that mag cannon, look at that. That's going to wipe the station out instantly. Look at this little point defense array. Music has, again, to pick the right track. Oh, it's getting hit, and it's gone. That's the end of the station. Imagine if it wins. Okay, Sacrifice Beta is gone. Okay. So we do need to appease the aliens a little bit more. Hey, Karthikuda, how you going? Thank you. Have a great day at work. Thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you. Should probably think about building shipyards on Luna. I think we actually do have a presence on Luna for that. We have a very well-defended shipyard in Earth orbit. The whole reason I'm doing the sacrificial thing is to protect it. PDA greater than LDA confirmed. Do I build another? I'm going to build one tier 2 defensive station. Okay? Just one. And we're going to call it... Oh, this Mechanicus track.
Now estimate
Sacrifice Alpha 2.
and a lapse time of 163 hours.
And I just want to see if it appeases them at all. Yeah, layer defense arrays do have armor, which the point defense arrays do not. They're not shipping out for anywhere. They haven't shipped out for a new station. We're not going fast enough, though. Okay, they just destroyed Sacrifice Beta. I wasn't going fast enough. Okay, they're now heading for Alpha 2. So they are still angry with us. Don't really like just doing this. It's only been 8 days, and they're just going around destroying the same things over and over again. Do I really want to keep doing this? The thing is, if I don't, they're just going to start destroying stations in Earth orbit until they get to... what's our shipyard? Station, which is the one that's defended at the moment. And there's no way, even our defense fleet, I don't think can take this fleet on. I hate... You don't understand... I need you to understand just how much I hate doing cheese. But I just don't see what we can do if we don't do this. I honestly just don't see a way we survive right now. So I'm really sorry for doing this. I feel like I'm really just, like, ruining the game a little bit. At least I'm naming them. I'm owning my shame. What are we going to call this? Sacrifice. My defense fleet got wiped out. I don't like cheese feathers, no. Sacrifice Bravo 2. So I'll show you the defense fleets that we currently have in Earth orbit. In Earth orbit, we currently have the Icenium Museum exhibit, which is a single... It is a single Maginot class escort, which has 24 torpedoes that is currently docked on its own at Crucible Station. Then we have Echo 93, which is a single Maginot class export at Sales Center Station. And then finally, the main fleet is Black Friday Delivery Fleet, which includes our Boondoggle class battleship that is currently defending our shipyard, which is Station. So I feel like Station could potentially defend itself, but nothing else can. What about putting some cheapest modules on Sacrifice Station? Sure, we could do that. Is it cheese if you have to deal with the negative outcome? That's true, Hayden, actually. I am getting penalized for this. Yeah, it came out right at the end of the last stream mishaps, and I forgot how much of a disaster it was. What we can do is we can try and build some LDAs on it. They're not gonna get built, but I'll put them on here. We'll put a farm on here, and then we'll put in a bunch of solar arrays. And then I could put something else on here if I wanted to. We could see, even like threaten them a little bit with another LDA. Disaster. I know what you're talking about. It's flawless. Will single wipe the solar system clean of aliens. Make a spiky hedgehog station. I like that, Mark Davis. That's a good one. I mean, I know this isn't actually going to get built, but let's make it look like we're planning to defend. I don't know. We'll just chuck some stuff on here. Let's see what they think about that. All in PDAs and solar arrays. You know what? Do you actually want me to do that? That actually sounds hilarious. The next Sacrifice Station will be that. You lose 0.58 per Tier 2 module destroyed. So that's good to know. Feel the power of this fully operational space truck. Except that it will never be fully operational because they'll kill it before they get a chance.
The people will come to our side.
They're heading for Sacrifice Bravo 2. They're attacking Sacrifice Bravo 2. Sacrifice Bravo 2 has been destroyed. God, Yomomo, I'm feeling Yomomo's absolute lack of loyalty for me right now. Hey, Winterwolf, how's it going? Good to see you.
The uprising is underway.
I forgot to pause the game, so they're coming straight for Cunningham Station. We still need to... No, I need to name the base before it gets destroyed. Where's Cunningham Station? I don't even see it on my list. Crucible Sentinel, your base. I don't see Cunningham Station. I think they already destroyed it before I found it. After the hate down though, in order for it's the first thing they might attack might actually be a good idea. Yes, I actually think that's a good idea. If it's the last station I've built in Earth orbit, it should be the first thing they go for. What I understand, it was already destroyed. Yes. All right, let's find another one. And this is the God. I can't believe how many stations we've gone through already. Sharman Station. This is Sacrifice Delta because we skipped Charlie. Delta 2 station. And I'm just going to apply a template to this. Do we have anything with we'll just apply the Space Hotel Trivago template so that it's got something, and I'll add another layer defense array just in case. Thing is, I don't know if destroying them when they're under construction actually counts. I wonder if they need to be built stations, because we might not be doing anything here. We might not be putting down alien hate. Hey, Gurgly. Well... At the moment, they're just going around killing... Okay, a fleet has arrived in Venus orbit. That is something I can't do anything about. We can't do anything about this fleet in Venus orbit. What do we have in Venus orbit right now? Station-wise, we've got the Fountain, which is a shipyard. And that's it. And then fleet-wise, I don't have a fleet. I don't have a fleet in Venus orbit. It got wiped out last stream. That means we're about to lose the Fountain. There's nothing I can do about it.
The people will be free.
It might be time to retire the agent. I can't. I checked level ups at the start of the stream. She's a long way off being able to have enough XP to buy to get rid of Risk Averse. Like a long way. Who's available in the pool actually? Looking for interesting mission builds. Turn, control space asset on that Diplo. Detain, control space asset. Born in the alien administration. Will join us, Rostov on Donna. They are Russian. There's not really much here, is there? 47-year-old spy. There's nobody who stands out here as having particularly good stats. Yes, I didn't want to build it yet, Triple X, because I wanted to wait until the aliens had lost their heat.
The people will be free.
At the moment,
The revolution will not be today.
The battle for Earth is over. The problem is the battle for space is now happening. Okay, they're heading for Sentinel Station now. Sentinel Station is in Earth orbit, and it has 2 LDAs and nothing else. It is also undefended. It is a space science research center that we have in Earth orbit. That is a real station. Yeah, I've got a sneaking suspicion that destroying stations that are under construction isn't actually bringing down the hate. I think they're going to have to hit our real stations for it to happen. So I'm going to copy this hab template. And we're going to have to rebuild this station once they've come and destroyed it. I think that's all we can do. I don't think building and rebuilding the stations is actually doing anything for us. Ooh, the game just massively froze. Okay, they're going to attack Sentinel Station. 2 LDAs is just not enough. We are so close to getting our hands on ultraviolet lasers that might make a difference. But at the moment, it's just not enough. It's just not enough to do anything against the amount of firepower that's going to be coming at us in a second. You realize that the battle for Earth will never be over as long as ET wants to phone home. No, it will never be over while they want to phone home. You are correct. Alright, let's see what happens here. Okay, they've opened fire. Okay, we're finally firing back. Only one of them seems to have plasma. Do we have enough? Okay, it's going to be the lasers that kill us here. Yeah, the lasers are what's going to kill us. Damn, no, it's actually the amount of firepower this cruiser can put out is hugely overwhelming. Even our lasers can't outfire it. And here they come. Boom, boom. Yeah, it's already dead. Are some of them over-penetrating, or are they missing? Alright, that's the end of that station. Yeah, you can build a station that entirely have LDAs and it will not be enough. That makes sense to me. So we just lost Sentinel Station in Earth orbit. Okay. So that's let me just, I'm gonna open Notepad. Right? I'm gonna just make a quick list. So we need to rebuild military science station. And I think that, and Sentinel Station template. So I don't forget to rebuild these. Oh, the dog just got up. I let her out before the stream, so she does need to go out. Looking at this, our battle, Imaginal class will do nothing with Shimmer. All the Imaginal classes may be able to do is distract them for a couple of seconds. Is this 07? No, we're not at the point of no return. Okay, Sentinel Station is gone. Yes, oh, she just wants me to put her black under her blanket. Let me do that. Okay, here you go. Good girl. Yes.
Listen.
Oh.
All this takes a lot of getting used to.
Keep forgetting that the Bastion soundtrack has tracks that have talking in them,
After a while,
which doesn't really work.
there's three things I'll always miss.
Great soundtrack though.
One, not having a wife.
Okay, I'm back. Oops, I just expanded chat to cover the whole screen. You can now build a station child earlier is not enough. Wait, I've gone too far down. The Badgers won't do much anymore. Can send them to their death to bleed hate. I can't even send them to their death because they don't have enough speed. They don't have enough speed to send to their death. As long as we make it to Jupiter, we have a chance. Yes, Jupiter is the focus right now. That is where we're heading. Okay, they're heading for Defense Station Nickel, which isn't actually a defense station. Defense Station Nickel is a... I think it's a information science research station. It is an information science research station, so we will save the HAB template, and we're going to have to lose this one as well. Isn't Jupiter swarming with aliens? No, I don't think it is at the moment. Need a permanent sacrificial station, yeah. It has to be the last station I build, I think. We've now got an alien fleet in Mercury orbit as well, and they are heading for All Your Base, which is one of our only stations in Mercury orbit. Okay, so that's a life science research center. It's not out yet, Gurgly. It's still an experimental. So we're going to lose All Your Base station as well. So I'm going to save the HAB template for that. So this is actually doing military science and life science. That's how good the power is in Mercury orbit. Jupiter usually based on any basic Callisto, but the rest is clear. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to lose this place. So let me just add that to the list. So that is All Your Base in Mercury orbit. Honestly, we shouldn't really be doing research like this in Mercury orbit anyway. Mercury should be where we're doing mission control and atom smashing. Okay, they're hitting Defense Station Nickel. The hope is I think some damage sneaks through, but it's not going to happen. So, what is the button? So G gets rid of the grid. What gets rid of the vector lines? That's pausing it. There we go. We have a more cinematic battle. There's also a way to get rid of the HUD as well, but I can't remember what that button is. The music's very appropriate right now. This is from the Darkest Dungeon soundtrack. The LDAs on this station aren't right next to each other, which means this one isn't even in range yet. They're still... No, they've got a bit of armor now. I think it's enhanced or advanced. I really hope it's just enhanced. Enhanced. They are enhanced. Not advanced. And this cruiser's the most advanced ship they've sent at us so far. What's this track from? Oh, this is from Battletech. A fitting track, actually. Yeah, we need skunkworks around Mercury. Okay, Defense Station Nickel is gone. We're still at war. We're still hated. It's only the 14th of October, by the way. Okay, they're now attacking All Your Base station. Nothing I can do to help this station out. Which one of these? There you go. So we've got frigates here and gunships. These have violet laser cannon. These don't actually have... It's all lasers. It's actually the gunships might be the problem because they'll overwhelm our LDAs. Sad music time. Good job, plasma doesn't do much against armor. Oh, the music just fits. It's crazy how bad kinetics are in this game, because everything beats them. Even 40mm shoots down kinetics. Like, look at, none of these shots are getting through. They don't have any kinetics to fire at us. The only advantage here is that our lasers will actually shoot them. But they're green lasers. This is why we need the violet arc lasers. They will make a difference. They'll actually start doing some damage to them, whereas these green lasers are doing nothing. Yeah, we do need coal. We've already discussed it. Coal guns are next. We're just not doing enough damage. You can see that we're hitting the river mist there, the summit wind, over and over and over again. Coal guns were great in our last campaign. They took us all the way to Jupiter. But I just don't know if they've been nerfed too much. Like, this is bad. As they get closer, the lasers will do more damage. We might actually start hurting the river mist. They haven't really done any damage to our LDAs yet. Yeah, that's what Core says is correct. You need volume of fire. I can't set targets, no. I have no control over the LDAs at all. When they do their transfer here, this is where everyone does the most damage. This is where we have the highest chance of hurting one of their ships. But it looks like they're going to win the engagement. Sometimes we win, sometimes they win when an engagement goes like this. In fact, there goes one of the LDAs there. Yes, we need to build railgun battery battleships is kind of what we want to do. Which is what we already have. That's what the boondoggle is. So that's all your bases destroyed. So let me just add that to the list. I already did. Excellent. Good. So if I just quickly pause the game, and if we have a look at Black Friday delivery and the boondoggle class battleship, this thing has, for some reason, decided to give it 40mm, so it has one heavy railgun battery Mark III, but we could have given it more. It also has a rail cannon Mark II. Helical railguns should be added to the game. Yeah, it just feels like at least at this stage in the game, the railguns are not worth it. I think we discussed this last time. Defense station Nickel's been destroyed, all your bases have been destroyed. Yeah, we knew that. Town of First of Only, our home. Hey, hey. I think we're no longer at war. If Blonde would disappear. Yes, okay. Everybody. We made it. We've actually made it through the storm. We are now back, no longer at war with the aliens. That's huge. Okay, everyone's war is over. You're the big hero. Now we can rebuild. Exactly. Alright, first things first. Let's have a look at the stations that we lost. So we need to rebuild a military science station, we need to build Sentinel station, we need to rebuild all your base. So let's head back to Earth. Let's found an orbital. And let's apply the template. And we need a new naval doctrine, yes. As soon as we get ultraviolet lasers, we're going to go for a new doctrine. The Maginot's did not work at all. So I had a template for... what was it called again? All your base. No. Defense Station Nickel was the one we lost, wasn't it? Let me check. We lost... yeah, Military Science Station, which... Information Science Center. Wait. Yeah, we lost this station. Was this station in Earth orbit? Hang on a second. Yeah, Defense Station Nickel was in Earth orbit. No more troop carriers inbound? I don't think so, Triple X. I'll check in a second. So let's rebuild this. And let's give it a new name. So I'm going to open up the naming list. Replit. That is not the correct thing to go to. opened Reddit instead of what I wanted to open to get the name list. Have a quick sip of water while it loads. I'm actually stressed. That I was really worried for a moment there that the campaign was over, that we wouldn't have a way to come back into this, but it looks like we might just be able to do it. With the last assault, I think new variant. Yes, Crash. That's exactly what my plan is. I think we're building the equivalent of the Sisyphus faction. Constantly building getting smashed by the aliens. Be careful, as some station won't work on Earth due to. But yeah, this station was from Earth. At the moment, I can't get the name list to load, which is a bit concerning. Let me just try refreshing. Nope, I cannot get it to load. I think it's a problem with the website. Yes, laser engines are a great idea, Crash Test. Let me just try a non-cached refresh. Nope, I cannot get the name list to load. Let me just try restarting the browser. Replit. No, I did the same thing again. I went to the wrong website. There we go. I got it to load the second time. Okay, I want to run it once it finishes deploying. Okay, I would like to... Wait, is this the right one? Why is it already running? That's weird. Okay, I want the name of a station, please. This doesn't seem right. Ship Councilor, Fleet Ship Class. Yes. Is that right? There's no army on this list. There's no way to ask for an army here. There's also no way to ask for an... Oh, wait a minute. Is it off the edge of the screen? No. It's still there. Okay. So if it doesn't say base, but if... Okay. This is the Probe Express station. Oh, what just happened there? Sorry, everybody. This will be fixed in a second. So this is the Probe Express station.
Got the left hand. Let's see what I can do with the right hand.
Okay, and then we need another station. And this is a military science research station. Might be time to push the fusion pile. Yeah, Thomas, when we get the chance, we definitely need to get fusion pile. But we haven't got fusion tech yet. So I want 2 layer defense arrays. I want a farm. Can I get everything, please? What's going on here? How do I decel that? Oh. I want a farm. And then I want military science. Let's do 3 of these. Yeah, I like the comms chatter too. There's a lot more variety to it as well from when the game first launched. Excuse me, launched. Where's my power? I want solar arrays. I didn't have a template for this one, which is why I'm building it from scratch. And then what we'll do is we'll also add in a supply depot, which just means that any ships that come here can resupply at the station. Everything boils down to research output, yeah. Any faction at war will destroy stations under construction of ships there. Sometime they'll wait until it's almost done. At the moment, nobody has a space presence but the aliens, Bob. We've done a really good job of wiping everybody out. I'm not worried about other factions wiping out our stations. Now, we did also lose all your base in Mercury orbit, which was a life science research station. How are we doing on life science? Military science is down to 3%, innovation is down to 20%. So do we have no life science at all? Okay, we need a life science station as well then, in Earth orbit if we can. It's got defenses, don't worry, I gave it 2 layer defense arrays. So this needs to be a life science station. Let me just quickly get a name for it. Yes, we did. It was Probe Express. I do not... No, I didn't name it, actually. I need to go back and name it. I do not guarantee the... We've already had this name, the accuracy of any map data. We definitely have a base by that name. I'm going to reroll again. One-way ticket station. One-way ticket station. And let's quickly build it. So we want layer defense array, farm, and then I want life science research centers. Where's research? It's here. Life science research, life science research, life science research, life science research, and then we should be good with solar arrays. The update is in the name list, so that's me just finishing through it. That's okay. I have no concerns about that at all. I'm just very happy that you even maintain the list. Thank you so much. Okay, we've got just enough power for that. That's fine. So that's that done. And then I need to go back and rename that other station I just built, which is the George Ivanov. And that needs a name too. Like the Phalanx Fleet. This is Castle Nautilus. Castle Nautilus.
Okay, Bob, I'm going down the ladder. Roger, Gino.
Now, let's just make sure that we've got these with the correct indications. So this is a military science research station. So let's give it a military science research icon. And I just need to quickly give the other stations their correct icons as well. So Probe Express is a information science research center. So information science is this guy. And then last but not least, we've also got one-way ticket station, which also is a life science research center, which is this one here. Okay. Yes, I do love it as well. I was listening to that in the background. Okay, let's quickly check research. So one thing to be aware of is Ring Habs is information science, and we just lost all of our information science income. So we're going to very quickly fall behind on this. What we're going to have to do is, as soon as ultraviolet arc laser batteries is done, we're going to have to fully invest in Ring Habs to keep up. And I don't even think we're going to be able to keep up. We may lose this research, unfortunately, because the station got destroyed. Alright, let's get back to moving time forward. We've been playing for 16 days so far this stream, and an hour has passed in real life. We've got life science, don't worry.
Were some distant eye ever to gaze upon
so applied
our
artificial
world,
intelligence has been done.
See warehouse.
That's interesting. Oh, I forgot to check what they've gone for next. Arrival mass communications. Okay. If I said info, I meant life. Build some extra life science. The problem is by the time it builds, it'll be too late. As far as I can see. There's no point. I don't see the point in building the extra life science research at this point. The research is already happening. And I want to keep an eye on our mission control. As soon as we get those batteries. I'm just so glad that we're no longer being murdered by the aliens left, right, and center. Okay, we've got a new turn. So let's have a look at this. So how did we do? I wasn't really paying
Standing
attention.
by for orders.
With our unrest mission in America. Wow. Okay. We got America up to strife. That's actually pretty big. That's actually pretty big. That's not bad. We're not that far off being able to coup America. Overthrow a government and steal its control points. Groucho has the highest command. If I wanted her to coup, at the moment she still has 0%. We need to get that. We need to get that unrest higher. Hey TRM, welcome. We've finally managed to defeat the enemy threat. We had to actually lose some real stations to do it. And I unrest bombed America last turn and got them to strife in one turn, which is pretty big. So I think we're going to do that again. I've got some ops
ready
left
to
over.
go.
I think I'm going to strife bomb them unrest bomb them one more time, and see how we go. You can cause coups and alienation, but if there's any aliens, this is not the alienation. When did we pick up elongated muskrat? We don't have elongated muskrat as one of our. Oh, ha! Very funny. I just understood what you were getting at.
It's time to bring it all down.
America is not
Reporting
alienation. Just so everyone's clear, it is controlled by the servants, Humanity First, and the Initiative. It is not controlled by the alien administration, which is why we are hitting it, and not the alien administration. I'm going to pump you up to 68% actually.
The government must fall.
He was very happy about that. Yeah, 81%. I know I'm spending a lot of ops on this, but
justice.
This is what we're
Standing
going for.
by for orders.
She's so good at unrest. Okay.
The people will rise.
Hard Python failed to inspire you on my last turn. It's a good job things like nukes will not kill. Imagine if America decided to nuke San Juan and I lost all of my agents. That would be really bad. Okay, do we need to defend anywhere? Yes. We need to defend Iran. Is Iran the only place that needs to be defended? It is. Okay. Oh, we can also federate. I think we can potentially bring Iran closer in. The US only has 0.1 cohesion. That's probably why the investors are working well, and they are authoritative as well. Shocking. Let's defend Iran. That's something I never thought I would say. And then I think if we check the Caliphate, we may be able to... No, we can federate with Algeria. That's all we can do. And we don't currently control Algeria. Okay, let's confirm assignments for the turn. we might actually get through an entire turn with nothing bad happening. That's probably me just making sure something bad does happen by saying that. Animosity between Israel and the European Union is seeping through the hard python and names Blunt's professional relationship. Even though our cause is explicitly a multinational one, it's not always easy for old habits and ways of thinking to be forgotten overnight. Now, when humanity should be coming together under the banner of Project Exodus, these two are at each other's throats. Yet, they are merely reflecting the popular sentiments of their home nations. We need hard Python and Israel behind us right now. I don't actually need either of these countries behind me right now. Like, I don't care about either of the countries. Can't the two of them just get along? So that's -3 loyalty for them. Perhaps a media campaign highlighting the benefits of cooperation will alleviate tension. That's 15k and a bunch of initiative. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's not lose loyalty. It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Securing our interests.
Their loyalty remains questionable.
Okay, this is really bad. That's twice in a row that Hard Python has failed to roll an Inspire mission for Yoma. I'm actually wondering if we need to get rid of Yoma. Okay, we can now research neural engineering, which gets us the next level of cybernetic implants. This is pretty cool. Something we definitely want to have a look into. There's some really cool buffs in this. I'm wondering if... I don't think Hard Python is compromised. His loyalty was very high last time I checked. His loyalty is... Well, his loyalty was apparently 6 last time I checked, so maybe he is compromised. And he has low persuasion. Yeah, look, he's the only, literally the only person I could give the ability to. I will let it control. I don't want the control points. I just want there to be unrest. I just want the country to fall. Okay, an alien fleet has just arrived in low Earth orbit. That's a pretty big looking fleet, but hopefully they're not coming for us. Yeah, I don't have anyone to... Oh, okay, ultraviolet arc lasers are done. That's a very, very big deal. Okay, what are we researching next? There's a whole ton of stuff we want to look at. Laser engine is very high on the list. Laser engine, if we're going for lasers, we kind of want this before we build our ships. Very high on the list. Rail cannons are here if we want them. Ultraviolet arc laser cannon, we kind of need to research that to actually get our hands on the lasers. So I think that's the first thing we've got to research. We actually want the batteries. This just research unlocks the cannons, but what I want are the batteries. So assuming the batteries will get unlocked over time. So maybe we start with laser engine. No, I think I'm going to get the laser cannon first. Just to make sure we have something. So that's under research, but we're going to have to do this, because we need to stay on top of ring habs. You just oh, I'm an idiot, Kite. Kite, I'm an idiot. Yes, of course I am. Thanks, KA. We're going to go for laser engine. I'm an idiot. I forgot that I had the batteries. I'm just stupid. So, that'll be done on the 23rd of February. How soon... If I go all in on 20th of December, 7th of December... Stream has been unstable just now. I'm not dropping anything, Core, which is interesting. Is it breaking up, or is it just the audio? Because according to my stream health, I'm all good. I have stream health on the screen all the time these days, just to make sure. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. No, we have to have... rehabs is what we want to research. That's what I'm concerned on here... is do we go all in on laser engines in order to get them as quickly as possible so we can build our new ships? Or do we continue to pump all of our research into ring habs? If we do that, then we don't get our hands on laser engines until the 23rd of February. Yeah, KA, I rely very heavily on chat to keep me right. I think we'll build our new ships without laser engines to start with, and then we'll get our hands on them when we can. But I want to get ring habs done as soon as possible. I need to stay on top of ring habs as well while we have no life science bonus. Thank you everybody for confirming the stream is looking okay. Alright, let's have a look at some ships then. Now that we can build lasers, and now we have arc laser batteries, we could potentially do something with monitors. Okay? Ring habs will be researched, but unless you want to pick up global research... Well, yes, there's a lot of other stuff we want to pick, Crash Test. For one of them being Mission to Jupiter, the other being coil guns. And we also want to get fusion tech researched as well. And the AI is just not going anywhere near that. So I do kind of want to hold on to that. Time for Disco Death Mode. Yeah, so what we're looking at here, basically, is ultraviolet, 60 centimeter ultraviolet arc laser batteries. we could do this and have 4 of these, right? That's quite a lot of firepower. Okay, we could do that, or if we wanted to go somewhere interesting, we could look at the battle cruiser. The battle cruiser lets us put in, well, actually, the battle cruiser is not a great ship for what we want to build. It has a lot of utility slots, but it only has these 2 spinal slots and then a nose gun slot, which we don't actually have the laser weapon for yet. So the other options, we go for battleship. Battleship lets us do, we could go for the 360 battery, and we could go for 2 60-centimeter batteries. And then we also have room for, probably the most advanced thing we have right now is the 480-centimeter green, which isn't ideal. That's a lot of lasers. That's like the most we can put on a ship right now. Yeah, I know we're going to have to fight them at Jupiter. At the moment, we don't have the technology to get there, so I'm not worried about Jupiter. We don't have the engines to get to Jupiter. We don't have the weapons to fight for Jupiter. We don't have the technology to build in Jupiter. There's a whole lot of stuff we need to do before we're going to Jupiter. So Jupiter is the long-term goal. Right now, we just want to make sure we're comfortable in Earth orbit and eventually get to the stage where we can defend. The little green icon here means that the lasers can be used in Guardian mode, which means they count as PD. So it doesn't really matter that I don't have a specifically dedicated PD laser. These weapons will work as PD weapons if I put the ship in Guardian mode, or I put the weapon in Guardian mode. So I can put the 260 centimeters into Guardian mode. I cannot use laser engines because I haven't researched them yet. That's something we need to be aware of. Default mode is, yeah. All I'm saying is I don't need a dedicated PD weapon because I can use these. No, missile spam is not an effective tactic. That is why we're looking at lasers. The biggest problem with missile spam is that we need to reload and we just don't have time. The PD laser does fire much faster, but I don't think we've got a particularly good PD laser at the moment. We've just got the point defense arc laser turret, which has a cooldown of 4 seconds, and this thing has a cooldown of 20 seconds. So yeah, it does fire a lot faster. You can leave it until it starts open, you want to refit laser engines. That's my plan. I just haven't gotten there yet because we're all building this by community. So I will be looking at adding in laser engines once I've got that. What we could do is drop one of these and add in a point defense laser turret if we want to have that. We could also go with 2 point defense laser turrets if we really wanted to. Can I leave a slot empty later? Yes. What would be really nice is to actually put an arc laser in the front slot here, but we're not going to be able to do that for the start with. Let's have a look at what else we're going to put on the ship first. So utility. Well, actually, let's have a look at the drive. What is the ship going to be used for? It's mostly going to be used for defending our stations in orbit. So it needs to be able to get around an orbital body at a high speed, so that it can get into combat. It doesn't need to be too fast in combat, but it needs to get around. So our main choices are Burner, Pegasus, and we've got the Super Chronos Liquid. That's not here for, this is for getting off planets. It's going to be Burner or Pegasus. Now I always get these two mixed up, and everyone's going to shout at me because I'm going to pick the wrong one. And I will change the mode on the guns. There you go. They're now set to attack mode. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So we've got the Burner drive and we've got the Pegasus drive. They're basically the opposite of each other. One of them has great delta V, and basically one's really efficient, one is really fast. Thrusters excel, exhaust velocity is delta V. Okay. So we've got 24 times thrust on this one. We've got 14 times thrust on this one. How many PD Scepter rounds are Alien? They've got one cruiser that's absolutely machine gunning at the moment, which is why I'm a little bit scared of it. It's the one with the highest exhaust velocity is the more efficient one. So this has a 16 kilometers per second a lot of exhaust velocity. This is a 69. So this is the more efficient one, the Burner drives. Look at the newtons on the multiplier. 2.6 million, 98 million. Okay, so this has less combat thrust, better exhaust velocity, and this has better combat thrust. Is that million? Yes, this has better combat thrust, but it has worse exhaust velocity. So I think we want to use the Burner drive so we can get around faster. We'll put 6 Burner drives on. Should have a little bit randomly changing technology. This game does have a little bit randomly changing technology in terms of what you can unlock, because you don't unlock everything every time. We're not going to worry about propellant tank until we've got the rest of the ship built. Power plant. We're going to have to use a gas core fission reactor 3. That's because we're using this drive. Pegasus orbital defense, in your opinion. I need to be able to make the transfers really quickly to get there before the aliens. We might need some support for this guy. Well, this guy's hopefully not going to be on his own. He's probably going to be with other battleships. Batteries. We're going to use quantum batteries. Radiators. We're going to use tin droplet radiators. Utility modules. We have 5 slots for utility modules. One of these utility modules is going to be a flag bridge. We're going to have a flag bridge variant. And that slot is where the laser drive will go in the other ships, I believe. Burner means we spend less on propellant drags. That sounds good to me. So, what do we want to put in here? Burner drive is slow. Everyone, okay. What I'm looking for is the fastest drive to get on site. I'm not really too worried about efficiency. I want the drive that gets me to the fight as quickly as possible. So I'm getting so both Kite and Gurgly are saying go for Pegasus. Crash Test is saying go for Burner. Okay, Crash Test is saying go to Pegasus. So we'll go for the Pegasus drive then. So we need to change our this as well. So Pegasus drive. I want 6 of those. We need Marines now, postcards. Now we'll be using the Molten Core Fission Reactor 3. Okay, utility modules. I think we want a targeting computer, and I think we want ECM. Not that I think we're going to be fighting a lot of humans, but I think they're pretty useful. Now what we don't need are magazines, because we're using all laser weapons. So that's great. What we may want is some heat sinks. But we've only got access to the heavy water heat sink and the water heat sink, which I'm not super like, it's heavy and it's quite expensive. Pegasus 1G so far compared to the Burner is 22 mg. Okay, what's better than Yukon and Pegasus? Efficiency is speed in orbit. Vector thrusters and engine efficiency boost. I definitely want vector thrusters, I think. That just helps us get extra rotation. That can be very useful. Not sure what targeting computer will do with only lasers. Boosts the ship's rolls to overcome enemy ECM and damage sensors by 10%. Well, I thought that would help us shoot more. And you need a heatsink. So we're looking at the heavy water heatsink or the water heatsink. You don't need vector thrusters. Everyone's just like, you need this, you don't need this, you need this, you need this. The repair module may be worth taking on one ship in the fleet. Maybe not all of them. We could do a flagship model. So if it increases the effectiveness of damage control teams during combat, that's actually worth 1, isn't it? Yeah, we'll maybe put a repair bay on here. You never need to spin fast. That's kind of true, actually. We've got liquid hydrogen containment, which I don't know if that will affect this ship. I think it will, actually. Very slightly. It will affect the ship if we take liquid hydrogen containment. I know repair only applies to ship tax. I am paying the DC tax. Big heat sink so you can rotate. So that's kind of what we're looking at then. We never researched a decent heat sink. No, we're stuck with heavy water heat sinks, which I don't think is worth it. I don't think they're going to give us much in the way of anything useful. But then again, what do we put in here? Well, laser engine is what goes into this slot. If we leave it open, we can put a laser engine in here, which boosts the damage of our lasers. And then one of our ships will have a flag bridge there instead. I think that's what we do. Okay, armor. We obviously go with nanotube armor. We want a decent amount of armor on the front of the ship. Let's look at, say, 50. You need a heatsink now. Well, we'll need to research a heatsink then, because there's no. I don't see any point taking the heavy water heatsink. The 1G of cruise acceleration would be good for comfortable thrust gravity. If a repair module repairs other ships, it doesn't. It's only for the ship. If really gets popped, the ship can just blow up. One of the nice things about the tin droplet radiators is they don't extend very far out of the ship. So if you have a look, if you look at the, for example, the aluminium fin radiators, they've got a really high, I guess, area. But the tin droplets basically have no surface area at all. It makes them really hard. I think we're using the wrong hydrogen containment. Okay. What else have we got? That's a mobile space science lab. That's ECM. I don't see any other liquid hydrogen containment. Water is heavy. That's why I don't want to take it. It's the water weighs 500 tons for 200 gigajoules of heat. Whereas the tin droplet can push out 125 tons per gigawatt waste heat. The blue one. The blue one. What do you mean by the blue one? Hello, oh man, I missed the start of the live stream. Hi, new master. You missed some battles, and we're finally sorted. Right of hydrogen containment. Oh, the slush hydrogen tankage. Yes, I thought this was a battery. This is what we want. Slush hydrogen, yes. Tier 2 hydrogen. That's one. Let's get this off here so I don't ever pick it again. Damn, I'm so terrible at this game. Okay, right. So we've got our lasers. We've got a slot for laser engines. We're doing armor. I was thinking about bringing this up to 50, and then bringing this up to 1, and then having this at about 10, just for opening. That is very battery ship, but it is not in fact a battery. So we could put this in here. I just don't see the point in it. Now, in terms of propellant tanks, if we're wanting to get around, for example... All right, cool, dude. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate all of your input. It is, as always, very happy. All right, Winterwolf, thanks for hanging around. It's that awful time of year where the time zones don't all mess something up for everybody. So just for an example, if we wanted to move from Crucible Station out to, let's say Bertha von Suda Station, which is a tier 2, we need 3.1. Excuse me, 3.1 KPS. No, sorry, that's me incorrect. From Crucible Station to Bertha von Suda, we need 3.1 KPS. You can refit a new heatsink very quickly and efficiently when you get a better one. Maybe 3 or 4 side armor to account for flanking. Yeah. If it's an easy refit, Oh, it's just a school night for you. Yeah, it's a school night for me too. I work tomorrow. But I like to go to 1 o'clock. Take coffee. I can't take coffee yet. It's going to be bedtime. It's going to be quick to research. Well, we'll have a look at heatsinks then. So 3.1 KPS for me. I just want to check a couple of things. 3.1 KPS. 3.1. Yeah, 3.1 KPS seems to be enough to get around. Sorry, I'm saying 3.1 KPS. We have 3.1 KPS. I'm looking at the Delta V we need to get to places, and the 3.1 seems to be pretty good for getting around Earth. It should be fine for getting around... yeah, I think 3.1 is actually a pretty decent number to have. What I might do is we'll put this up to about 4, and we'll add a few more tanks to get that back to 3.1. And I will add the heavy tank, which means I need to free something up in order to fit a laser engine. So we could either use ECM or we could use targeting unit Mark 2. Now, I don't think we've actually researched the special project for these to work against alien weapons. We're not worried about Jupiter right now, Hayden, because we haven't even started the research to let us get to Jupiter yet. So I'm feeling more like we'll start building ships when that starts. Hey, Lexreal, thanks for joining the stream. Disco goat time. Let's get rid of the ECM and we'll leave that slot open for the laser engine when it's done. And we're going to go for the next generation ship design. No, we'll stick with the tier 1, I think, for this. What else do we need here? Well, hang on. Let's get this up to 3.5 KPS. So these ships are defending stations. These ships are defending stations in each orbit area, but they're fast enough to get between the stations to defend. That's the main thing I wanted to go for here. Loaded has been used several times when your fleet's getting stuck. Yes, that is true. 3.5 should be enough to go and get back. So how much Delta V is needed in a flight? Very low from what I understand. Oh, ship guns are on target fire only. They should be on aggressive. You mean a focus fire? Well, the focus fire is that's target only. They're on attack mode, which is they will shoot at anything. So they're actually on the right setting. Not if the focus fire mode is the one that has the red icon, and that will only fire their primary target. They want to be on attack mode, so they attack on anything. They need to get into a station and back, and that's what I was just checking in the transfer window, and they seem to be able to do that fine. So if we go back to the transfer window, I'll show you again. We'll go to Earth. Say, for example, we're at Crucible Station, which is our shipyard, and we want to go to Probe Express. That'll cost us 0.65 DV. Sumerians called Jupiter and Marduk, and that's what's used in Ixion. I'd focus armor in an all-or-nothing scheme possible, focusing weapons, CSC, engines, and radiators. Redundant radiators would be good. You can't, unfortunately, add redundant radiators in this game. There's only 1 radiator slot. Why not Guardians to do PD work? I don't know. Everyone's just telling me to put them on attack mode. So it'll cost us basically 1.3 KPS to get there and back from low Earth orbit to medium orbit, but not back. Well, I just checked that and it said I would be able to do it. So if I go from Crucible out to Station, oh yeah, 3.2 KPS. So we probably need about 6 KPS to be 100% comfortable with our movement. Thank you, Dragons. So if we bump that up to about 6 KPS, let's do 6.5 so we've got some wiggle room, right? That's 64 propellant tanks. The strong desire to recommend focus fire mode solely to take devices all over the place as possible. You should make a battle cruiser with a longer range to account for. I can't make a battle cruiser at the moment because I don't have any nose-mounted weapons that are useful. Different orbits load to high need very little Delta V. Basically, it's going to require me 3 Delta V to get from low Earth orbit to medium Earth orbit, and that's what I might need to do. Now, unfortunately, this ship requires 636 water. So we're looking at well, this is what we look at now, Crash Test. So we've put the ship together. We've got our proposal for the perfect ship. Now we have a look at the cost of the ship, and it's very expensive. We're looking at 300 days to build this ship. That's just what the game puts. It doesn't do spinal, sorry. It does nose-mounted guns in this thing. So the battlecruiser hull just requires nose-mounted weapons. Our tanker ship's a thing. You can make them. I've done it before. So this ship is going to cost us 700 water, which is 1 month's water income. Is that yearly or monthly? Our monthly income. So it's 1 month's water income. It's going to cost us basically 2 months fissils income. It's going to cost us 1 month's metals income. It's going to cost us over a month's worth of rare earth metals income. And it's actually going to cost us basically nothing in fissils. This is why burner drive is good, because it doesn't require the water. So that's what? 725. Let's just have a look. If I replace these just to see with the burner drive, okay? And we also obviously add in the correct power plant. Now, I don't think does the slush hydrogen containment work with... Yes, it does. Okay, good. So add the slush hydrogen. So this is actually pretty similar in price. We're looking at 705. No, I don't think you can, Demonicus. So 705 water, 833 fissils, so that the price isn't that different, but we don't get anywhere near as much Delta V. Actually, we get tons of Delta V, damn. We get tons and tons of Delta V. But it's more about the speed that I want. I don't have any nose cannons, unfortunately. I don't have any nose cannons to use. The best I've got is the force. Like, the whole reason I'm using this hull is so I can get access to the 360 centimeter ultraviolet battery. If I don't take this hull, I can't use this gun. We don't nearly... No, we don't. But it's all about the speed. And I think for the cost, I'd rather go with the Pegasus. I'd rather go with the high speed, the cruise acceleration, and the combat acceleration. I'd rather a ship that can get there really quickly, rather than a ship that is just cruising around for no cost, right? When we're going to Jupiter, we'll use burner drives. When we're doing our quick scramble defenses, we need to get a ship there before the aliens do, we're going to be using the Pegasus drive. I feel like that's the way to do it. So I think this is our finished ship. It's expensive, but I feel like a ship needs to be expensive. Like, what's the point in having all of our resources if we're not going to spend them? To make a battlecruiser, the battleship hull focused on range with good speed. The game doesn't really work like that, unfortunately. There's not really like a range build I can build. What's the point of being able to fly one that has half strength of our biggest fleet by itself? Oh wait, that got mixed up. What's the point of being able to fly one defense mission and be out of water? Well, they're not going to be out of water though, because they go back and refuel. Oh, then I'm going to be out of water. Well, that's... Core does have a good point, because the issue here isn't so much how much it's going to cost. People are going to love this stream because I'm just talking about this the whole time. The biggest issue here isn't the fact that yes, it's going to cost us 725 water, but we're going to have to spend the water each time we refuel the ship. That's what killed us last time. We did this before. We had ships that required tons of water to refuel them, and we got to the stage where we ran out of water. We had a huge water deficit because we couldn't refuel our ships in time. We didn't have any water left. The core is correct. 1 month of water per ship for a round trip is not sustainable. So if we have a look back at the burner drive, we're now looking at spend, and I need way less propellant tanks. Okay, we're going for 10 KPS, which is way more than we need. We're looking at 200 water to refuel each ship. We can afford to refuel 4 ships a month. We've already got the National Pride ship. It's done. The National Pride ship. So we're just going to have to go with slower ships. But Core made a fantastic point. Oh, this game sounds more like a peer-in video. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not. Thank you, Tamian. Also, welcome to the stream. I think Core is 100% correct in what they said, that we need to take into account how much water it's going to cost to refuel these ships. And that means they can fly back from station to station. Exactly. Okay, we're going to go with this design. The next thing we need to do is we need to come up with a name for the design. Now, I normally take this from the stream. Everything else I take from the naming list, but I like that the name, the design of the ship comes from people who are actually watching right now. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to say, in a couple of seconds, I'm going to say the next name is the name that we pick. I'll give you a couple of seconds to get your names ready so that you've got them typed into chat and you can press enter to send them off. I'm going to have a quick drink and I'm going to tell you when we're ready to go. It's basically stationary. Yeah, it's not fast. Well, there's no way to make it faster. Please don't call me a fool. 100 millimeters of station is deal. Ships with less than 10 may face longer travel times to other bodies, especially when jumping between. Ships with less than 0.5 may find interplanetary transfers impossible. I could make it lighter. Well, yeah, I need to get rid of some of the armor to do that. So if we drop this down to, say, 30 armor at the front, we've now got 3... It doesn't really get us that much better cruise acceleration. Like, the best I can do is 4.2. No matter what, really. So we're back to the same dilemma. Drop 2 side. Yeah, actually, the side takes up a lot. That's right. The side does take up a lot. 50 front is good. Yeah, but we're now at 4.6 milli-Gs. The Tyranny of Rocket Equation does seem like a good name, yeah. I've got 2 dorsal armor on there right now. I don't really want to go below 2. Damn it. But we cannot afford Pegasus. It's just the cost is too high. I'm holding down shift, Bob. If you hold down shift. Hey, Roto. Yes, pretty much. Do you think the repair bay is heavy? It's not that heavy. That only gave us about 4. It didn't really give us that much. Crash. The only other drives we have available are like rocket engines. Those are the only real drives we've got here. So we've got the burner drive, we've got the Pegasus drive, we've got the teardrop drive, which requires water and fissils. We've got the large... Oh, this is going to be... Okay, hang on a second. Right. You can now go with even less fuel. Keep the armor up and make a ship that don't survive. But the problem is if we don't keep the armor, we can't move anywhere. How long before we switch to drive this and suck? Probably a long time. This is now the shipbuilding stream, isn't it? I've been doing this for half an hour. Finance investment Orion should be in order. Okay, what do we have? We've got the Nerva drive, which is old school. We've got the Dumbo drive, which is basically, I think, the same trade-off as the burner and the Pegasus, just an older version of it. Then we have the Lars, and we have the teardrop. So we were looking at the burner before, which had a very bad exhaust velocity from what I can see. No, it's got the good exhaust velocity, bad combat thrust. Is that correct? 2.6 million. Yes, 98 million. So does any of this have a better exhaust velocity than 69 kps? That is 19.2. That is 19.62, 8.3, and 8.9. The ship. The idea was to lay the groundwork for the ship now because we didn't have anything else. I don't have the mission control to build ships to defend individual stations. I need to have a mobile fleet. I can't build any more water mines. I don't have the mission control to do it. +1 means twice as good. Okay. So that's rating of 3, 3.1, 4.3, 4.3, 4.0. 6.1. So the burner drive does have the best exhaust velocity. This is really complicated and honestly frustrating, especially with all the different requirements you have. I think we're just going to have to go... The problem with TRM, the problem that's being pointed out with the efficient build, in inverted commas, is that it won't be able to move. It has no exhaust velocity at all, so it can't move anywhere. So it can't actually get anywhere to save anything. We can't fit the battery on a monitor. We can't. This is the only hull that can take this. I'm gonna clear the design. Let's have a quick look at a monitor. The best we can do with a monitor is we can go with 2 120 centimeters if we want to do that, or we can go with two of the 60. and then 2-point defense lasers. Because the hard points are split. Alright, this will give us a much lighter, faster ship. Then we'll go for drive, we'll go for burner, power plant, we'll go for this, battery, we'll go for this, radiator's tin droplet. Now we have 3 utility slots. Okay, we go for the hydrogen slush containment. Which is a little too simple in this game, but it keeps us spamming ships. Yeah, exactly. Why not 1 of each? We could do 2 BD and 2 slot laser. We could do that. A PD is 16 and 1. That's actually not terrible. I actually quite like that idea. We do that. Burner is still too slow. It's not even 10 mg. Well, I haven't done anything yet for burner yet. There's only 1 engine at the moment, so if I put it up to 6 engine, it's 43.9. So we just need to wait until I finish building the ship before we decide what engine we're going with. I need to put everything on it first, set the armor up, add the repellent tanks, and then we'll look at the speed. But it's probably better to do the whole ship before we decide on what engine we're 100% going with. I'm just kind of laying out the basics at the moment. So let's have a quick look. I want to get on here. What do we have? So we've got the hydrogen slush containment. I would also like to get probably a targeting computer, and then we'll leave a space. No, I think this is probably one of the best weapons we'll have for a while. These will also only take 120 days to build. So we'll leave this slot open for a laser engine. Now for armor. We want nanotube armor. We'll put 2 here. I'll go for 5 at the rear. And we'll start with 30. I'm not looking at the cruise acceleration just now. I'm just setting this up. Alright. Now I want a decent amount of delta V, so that's 10. That will definitely make a flag bridge variant. That'll probably replace the target computer. Okay, so basic model, before we've looked at it, it's got a cruise acceleration of 11.4. It has a delta V of 10, which is pretty good. It's got the weapons that we want. The cost is quite low. It's costing us 70 water, 200 fissils, 200 base metals, 50 expensive metals, and almost 1 fissile. Or what are these called again? Yeah, fissils. So this is looking a lot better. The problem is you need to get into knife fighting range to pierce it. Well, I don't really have any other option, unfortunately, at this point. We all know that kinetics don't work. We all know that at this point we can no longer defeat the aliens with missiles. So what other option do we have but to go with lasers and try and do this? Like, basically, if every option isn't worth taking, we have to do something. So we're going to go for small fast. We've already tried the more missiles variant. The problem with it is that after 1 battle, we can't reload the ships. And that's the simple point of it. We have massive ammunition issues with the missiles, and they take too long to reload, and quite often we're in a position where we don't have time to reload them. Whereas the lasers give us something else. I'd like to try a different strategy rather than just keep doing something that's not working at the moment. Indeed, the combination of bad drives and logistics is not good. So, combat acceleration of 243. Let's have a look at what we're doing with the Pegasus drive as a comparison, which is what I want to do. So, again, let's look. So, 2443, 20.8. So we've got a much lower delta V at the moment. So we're going to have to add more tanks to get that back up to 10. So at 10, we're looking at a cruise acceleration of 83, a combat acceleration of 1.2 Gs, which is very fast. This is a much faster ship. It's not going to get to the battle as quickly, but when it's in the battle, it's going to go fast, from what I can tell here, if I'm reading this correctly. The water cost is higher. Oh, I only have 1 Pegasus. That's a very good point. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, now it's fast, but I still don't have 10, so I need to go to here for 10. And if I want to get into the damn lasers, I'm afraid there's no other choice. Can you pair mass between Burn and Pegasus versions? So, okay. Let me take a screenshot of this. We need to move on. We've spent a lot of time on this, and we need to just... I know it's important. Why is my screenshot not showing up? That costs about half our monthly water income. Yeah, problem is you need to be very strategic with what battles you take. I can't afford to be that at the moment because the aliens are just hitting us so hard. This is also going to be finding a lot of humans, probably. USS Dixie Cup. Yeah, Forging will solve a knife fighting collision issues, I think. I think the Forging acceleration is pretty nice. Are they using laser turrets? They're basically going with triple lasers. They are at best in defending a single shipyard. Well, that's what we've been doing, and we've been losing everything. I want to stop doing that. I'm quite happy with this design. I think this is a design. It's expensive from the water perspective. That's the only problem. It's going to cost us 368 water to refuel it every time it sorties. I think I'm going to run with it. You can screenshot via Discord if your tool is failing. I'm just going to go for this design. So, about 20 minutes ago I said get your names for the design ready. Now is the time to do that. So, from this point now, the first name that comes up is the name of the hull. The hull design will be named after whatever you put in. The Soul class. Crash just got there first. This is the Soul class. Okay. Passable Solution is a great name, Kite, though. Fantastic. Enforcer's great. I like Paper Tiger. Flashlight is hilarious. That's another really, really good one. But Crash just got there faster. By the way, I have the YouTube chat set to no delay. So, they were just ready to go. It's about damn time. It's class. Oh dear, it's class. Okay, this is going to have to be a penetrator, is what the name of this ship, the class of this ship is. All right, Soul class. It's the class. We'll just call it Soul. It's just the Soul. Okay. Maybe make two versions, Burner and Pegasus. Burner with 1 PD and Pegasus with 2. That's not a bad idea, Demonicus. This sounds like sufficient. That's okay. All right. I'm going to leave. I'm just going to do this for now. I'm a little bit overwhelmed after all of that. That was a hell of a lot of stuff to do. We're going to lay down a bunch of these in Earth orbit. Actually, we need them in a few different places. We can build them in Mercury. So let's build... I'm going to build... Let's say... We could build 4 in Mercury. Let's build 3 in Mercury. I need to keep an eye on our mission control. So that's going to cost us 12. So 17. So 109 plus 17, I think, already puts us over our mission control cap, which is 124. We can't go over 124. What are we at? So 12 plus 9 is 23. So that's 123. And then we have our ham modules. Okay, I can't do that. But then we've got these Astartes class monitors that I don't actually need anymore. So you can't pause before completion, by the looks of it. Yes, there is no way to pause. Can anyone see a way to pause before completion? Check this box that should be used boosted money transfer substitute for space with lacking. No. So I'm gonna get rid of these Astarte class because they're now obsolete. What that does is it frees up more mission control. So now we're only using up 6 mission control when we complete. So that's 15 plus 5 is 20. So we have 3. Dismantling existing identity ships when the new ships are online. Yes, we're going to have to do that. So I've got 3 being built in Mercury orbit because Mercury has nothing at the moment. Earth has defenses right now. Venus is where we need more defenses. So I'm actually going to build these in Venus first. So we're going to build... That gets us up to 8. So that's 8. 13 plus... So 13, that's 124. So I'm going to cancel one of these and build another one in Venus. And that'll put us exactly on our mission control cap when they're completed. Then we're going to have to look at dismantling some ships to build some more. Like, we'll have to dismantle them as they complete. I think I'm going to leave that for me to decide what ships are getting dismantled off stream so we can keep moving with this stream. So let's actually unpause the game. It is now November. We've finally made it to November. Okay, is that a carrier? Wait. Is that a carrier that just arrived in Earth orbit? Did a carrier just arrive in Earth orbit? What was the name of that? Oh, we've done it. Thank you, T-Rem, so much.
By Charles, we've done it. We've got a spaceship designed, and in the builder bays, rocket emoji, fireworks emoji.
Thank you so much, T-Rem. I really appreciate that. That was really hard work. Okay, hang on a second. We need to. I need to determine if that wasn't a carrier that just arrived in Earth orbit. Let's have a look. So what's just arrived in Earth orbit? Destroyer escort gunship. In Earth orbit, no. These are all leaving Earth orbit. Set your location to Earth. That's a great idea. Okay. What have we got? Give me a second. We have to study everything we have to try and intercept this carrier. We've got until the 2nd of November before it lands the army. You know what? I can't remember who it was. I think it was Kite, potentially, earlier in the stream. Told me to check, are there any more assault carriers on their way to Earth? Let's see what we've got. We do have a fleet. We have Black Friday delivery. There's some pretty good ships in this fleet, including our new battleship. If I transfer... Wait, what is it? What is the name of the ship? It is Victor 152. So if we... I need to reselect the fleet because it doesn't like what I just did. If we intercept Victor 152, its fleet has so we need to get rid of everything that hasn't got 1.7 kps, which means we need to get rid of the Maginot class. Okay, that's easy. We just need to split the fleet and get rid of the Maginot class. Maginot. The Iceni is coming, by the way. I'm not. No, I'm going for the... I do not want to get these armies. I don't have enough in the way of bombardment here. I have one ship that can bombard. Maya, we got wrecked by the aliens. We fought a few battles. We spent forever building a ship, and the aliens are invading again. Because I missed the fact that they had a ship on the way. Okay, 152. Alpha in Victor 152. It'll take us 4 hours to get there. We will arrive... You missed the ship design stream. Yes, that's what it turned into. We will arrive in time. We will definitely be able to take them. The problem is the aliens will yet again absolutely ruin us for doing it. I'm going to commit to transfer. Here we go. Time for the battle. Engage. The backlash will indeed be awful. So, in this combat, we have... Actually, we need a way better track for this. We need something way more dramatic. Come on. Okay. We have our new flagship, the Iceni Mark II, the No Count, which is a Boondoggle class. We have 2 Astarte class, I think. We've got an Eclipse, and we've got 2 Astarte class. I can't remember what the Eclipse is equipped with, though I have no idea what it is doing. Oh, this is a very old ship design. It has lots of 40mm. Actually, the Sacrificial stations I don't think worked. And of course, we have the Iceni, the oldest ship in the fleet. The first ship that we ever built, combat ship, is still fighting and doing great work. Okay. We're just going to have to close as fast as we can here, I think. I'm going to come in with maximum Delta V. And I'm pretty happy with that formation. I don't think there's much more I can do with it. We've got lots of yeah, we're just going to go. Confirm. Select everyone. Full speed. That's it. That's all you've got. That's all. Okay. They have no acceleration at all. Or, actually, it's because they're different. If I select you on your own, you can accelerate much faster. And then you can accelerate as fast as you can go. And the Iceni can go as fast as it can, which it's already doing. Beta Branch has STO fighters. Yes, the STO would be great. What is the No Count again? The No Count has a railgun battery and 40mm for some reason. Do not ask me why it is running 40mm. Okay, we're going in hard here. Are you going to ram the carrier? No, I'm not going to ram the carrier. I don't need to. We've got more than enough firepower to take it out. That should be everything we need to go. I'm going to unpause the game. And again, I want something a bit more dramatic than this right now. Okay, we'll speed this up a little bit. Okay, we're already firing our railguns, which is pretty cool. The alien is also firing at us. Okay, he's actually getting a little bit ahead of the rest of the fleet, which I'm not super happy on, but it's a little bit too late for me to do something about it. So we're just going to padlock him on. He has a lot of frontal armor. He is designed as a bit of a tank. He is a battleship. There's a lot of railgun fire coming in here, actually. Okay, we do not need to fire any missiles. Let's get all of these missiles to not fire. Let's not fire any more missiles here. Oh, they've already fired all of their torpedoes. Damn it. No, we've just taken the missile ship out of production. The railgun battleship has just massively overwhelmed its PD, and it's now firing its 40mm to intercept the railgun rounds that are coming at it. It's just hang on. Let's slow this down a little bit. It's actually just chewing up all the fire that's almost all of the fire that's coming at it with 40mm and bombarding it with railgun rounds. Well, this is a turn up for the books. We took a little bit of damage to the rail cannon Mark II. We're now for some reason the 40mm are not intercepting these shots. I told you the boondoggle was perfect. But yeah, the boondoggled quite... if I hadn't rushed it so hard, then it would have had protection from these ships here. I wasn't actually expecting it to go that quickly. But it's got the Pegasus... 6 Pegasus drives. However, that is a win. Okay, that got us 1.3. The following officers have been promoted. The no count now has Rear Admiral Kepley Campbell, who's a flag officer, and Ensign Kenyan Pang, a damage control officer. It may have lost its radar. At least Rushing Head gave the railgun more DPS. And now the aliens super hate us. 40mm was useful after all. Okay, the aliens now super hate us once again. The battleship zoomed. That was his battleship. Okay, I need you to head back to station, please. To repair and rearm. Okay, good. They're repairing and rearming. Whew. That was something that just happened. That was something. So, unfortunately, we're basically back where we were at the start of the last stream. In terms of some of this stream.
The revolution is coming.
Oh, jeez, America. America. I forgot that we were destroying America this turn as well. We're currently at insurgency levels of unrest.
The uprising is underway.
Guerrilla war levels of unrest.
The government remains stable.
Damn, that was a failure. So we had success, failure, critical success, failure.
You're kidding, right?
Okay.
I could set a puppy on fire on live TV, right?
What?
And it wouldn't change a bloody thing. That's
God, I hate the initiative so much.
Chairman Soren van Wyk, post-trial comments to the news media.
Okay, that's fantastic. Arrival mass communications completed, and Humanity First have set the new research to colony HAPs, which is something that we wanted to get researched, which is great for us. We now also have America at massive levels of unrest. Okay, Black Friday delivery is repaired. I may actually dispatch them to repair. I may actually dispatch them to defend stations when the aliens come for us. Because if we defeat alien ships on a defense mission, it doesn't raise hate. Yes, the alien admin may fight us again. We will let them declare war. Okay, an alien fleet just arrived in Earth orbit, and they're heading for Probe Express. I'm going to dispatch Black Friday delivery just to see what happens. Pretty much, Thomas. Thomas, it's never left 40mm if we're being 100%, you know. It's never not been. What was the name of the station they're heading for? Probe Express. It's going to take them 4 hours to get there. Let's see if we can defend it. They got there before us. And they destroyed it. Damn it. Okay, so we lost that. So let's send them back to station. The admin has declared war on us. Alright, before I do anything else, Let's see if there are any more of these coming. Discord, how come aliens attack us and then got pissed off that we fought them off? Are we the bad guys somehow? That we attacked the aliens is what actually happened. They were trying to land troops on Earth, and we destroyed their troop carrier before they could land them, and that is why the aliens hate us again. Okay, there's no troop carrier here. There's no troop carrier here. I want to make sure there isn't another troop carrier that I am not aware of before we do anything else. Just looking at things that are in Earth orbit or on their way to Earth. You would see them on the Earth filter. Would I definitely see them on the Earth filter if they're transferring? So we've got this fleet. We've got this fleet. We've got a fleet that's coming. We've got this dreadnought. We've got battlecruiser escort. Okay, there's not another troop carrier on the way. It's always been 40mm. Is exactly true. Okay, damn. Tell you what, this game ages me. Now we can take those two territories. Well, that's what we thought last time. That is what we thought last time. But we're now, once again, at war. However, America has not managed to repair its armies since the last time they attacked us. How would I improve the missile logistics situation? So what I would need to do to make the missile logistics situation work is have the ability to rearm and repair my ships at every station. And that's actually pretty easy to do. I could just add a supply depot to every station. The problem is that the aliens will always target stations that are under construction. And because of that, I won't have the opportunity to resupply at those stations. And that's where we fall over. That's the big issue. You are alive, Mark Davis. It's all good. The Poseidons do have very few missiles, yeah. Yes, I just missed that one, Bob. I got the first one, not the second one. How it's looking. So the armies, the Ukrainian armies are still damaged. It looks like a lot of the alien admin armies are still damaged as well. I wonder if we actually don't need to go to a full-on war footing for this particular conflict. We might be okay just to sit as we are. I'm just going to fight defensively to start with and see what we can destroy, and then we'll go from there. They're going to start dispatching stuff. Okay. They're going to resupply again. They haven't... Okay, they're heading for Castle Nautilus, which is another station I've got under construction. I forgot to check what time they were going to get there on. Just says 6th of November. I always need to remember to check the time before I close the window, which I forgot to do. So let's have a look. Can Black Friday get there quick enough? So Castle Nautilus. They're going to take 4 points. They're going to get there in 6 hours as well. I don't think they're going to get there in time, but I'm going to try. Apparently, it's going to take them 4.7 hours. 6:46. 9. So they're going to get there 3 hours late. I can't. Maybe I can see the ship tab. That's right. Oh, thank you for reminding me about direct investing before the year end. I do need to do that. It doesn't tell me when they're going to arrive, unfortunately, on the ship tab either. It just says 6th of November. Hey, Squall. Welcome to the end of the stream. The Icilian Damocles Dirge may be slow. That's a really good point. Let's split them off and see if that changes our speed. Well, this is a pretty big fleet for them to be taking on their own. Still going to take 4.7 hours. It's still going to take 4.7 hours with just these. And I'm not going to send the Boondoggle in on its own. I think that's stupid to send the Boondoggle in on its own. They'll get there at 9:34, which is too late. Just to see. Yeah, it has a much... So the cruise Delta V is 10.4, and the combat is 3.1, and the cruise Delta V is 20. So the Boondoggle is actually the slowest. No, I can't. If I attack the aliens after the station is lost, it continues to put alien hate up. The only way I can fight the aliens and not have their hate continue to rise is to do it in a defensive battle. So what I might be able to do, I'm just going to check this. If I just send in the Astartes class, it's still going to take them 4.7 hours. Okay, let's just rebuild the fleet. There's no point going, unfortunately. I want to merge the fleets. So I want to merge together Echo 98 and Echo 99, I believe. Yeah, and then I want to bring in Echo 99 as well. Alright. Decommission the moon base. Do I need to do that right now? The battleship is the fastest. If I send the battleship on its own then, I thought it was the slowest, but I'm getting very tired, so I may be misreading things. So the battleship on its own, which is Echo 100, is 100. Oh god, that's a messed up. On its own, it can make it to Nautilus Station in 2 hours. There's absolutely no way the Boondoggle can fight off all of these aliens on its own. It would be so stupid to send the no count on its own to fight these aliens. It would be, like, unbelievably stupid to do this. Fleet 217 is made up of a dreadnought that has 3 light mag batteries, 2 light mag cannons, a heavy mag battery, and a mag cannon on its own. A gunship with a laser cannon, a gunship with a laser cannon, and a frigate with a laser cannon, a plasma battery, and a defense turret. So I don't think the Boondoggle can take on a dreadnought. I do indeed remember the first alien drops being belted together for 40mm cannons. The station does not have LDAs to assist. With 40mm, it might be doable. You won't need weapons, you have the mass. You can try ramming the dreadnought, but that might not even work. You know what? Godspeed. USS no count. I'm sending you to Castle Nautilus. It does have a long-range railgun, but they will have a whole ton of PD. We're going in. We're doing it. I've committed to the fight. It is dispatched. It was the stupidest thing I think I've ever done. Please save. It's too late. I have already committed, and I can save now. We can do an after committed save. But it's too late. I've already done it. I've already done it before the save. You think choices like this are why we have no fleet? No, Kite. Not at all. Okay, it is at Castle Nautilus. Is there a fast torpedo ship? No. Okay. I'm only allowed to accept.
Thank you for the 7 long months of subscribing Lex Real. Frost 1 LOL Frost 1 Mark seems good.
Thank you very much, Lex Real. And thank you for the 7-month resub. That's amazing. I can't believe you've resubbed that long. That's so cool. Alright, here we go. Let's start the battle. And let's see me die horribly. I want a good track for this. Good luck and Godspeed. Yeah, I need it. Do we want to come in at high speed, right? I can get 650 meters per second for free. Thanks, Triple X. I actually completely forgot about the moon bases. This battleship is built for CQC. Yeah, full thrust backwards, then face forward. Right up for ruin. Go for high speed. Maximum velocity. This seems so stupid. Razor has a good point. If I drive away from the enemy, they'll have to come towards me, and it gives me more time for them to fly into my rounds. But I think they'll intercept all of my shots that way. Lasers have long distance, high accuracy, and low damage. The closer you are to the enemy, the higher the damage lasers do. Razorback is proposing a very strategic approach to this combat. My personal preference is to charge in all guns blazing. I kind of have an idea where I will practice this fight off stream all week, and if we fail it, I will come back next week and win it. If we can't, we have two 40mm on the ship. It has two 40mm turret mounts. You can see them there. That's the 40mm. They're currently sleeping. Then there's the cannon mount here, and then it has the railgun battery here, which is quad-barreled. I think there's only one way the Fleet Admiral would like to go out, and that's at full speed. Our combat target is the Dreadnought. Alright, Marksman, how's it going? Is my ship that keeps making you laugh still alive? Is that the first Chan? If it is, it is. That's another good point. I want to get in close with a 40mm. We're going to burn in pretty fast, and I'm going to probably have to padlock. The enemy weapons is a million railguns. Like, a million railguns. Okay, where is their cruiser? That's the Spectral Demon. The Spectral Demon continues to come forward towards us, so that's fine. I think I need to keep closing the distance. I want to burn a little bit harder. You think turning for a full backwards run is the way to go? I mean, he is coming towards me really slow. He actually... No, Razorback is correct. Their ship does not have any PD. I'm going to try this. Their ship doesn't have any PD. And we do. Let me just check the guns are set to defense mode. I'm going to take some plasma fire to the rear, which is fine. Wait, why did that just happen? We should be able to intercept the shots that it's firing at us right now, and they will get out of range to intercept the shots that we're firing at them. And then all I need to do is padlock and turn around again. Now that we're moving away from them. We just need to wait for this burn here. Why are we turning around again? Oh. The commands got really confused. We need to burn away from it a bit faster. We are actually hitting it already. Yeah, but I didn't want it to turn around so quickly. Some of the commands got messed up in here. And now a lot of railgun rounds are coming towards us. Now they're finally burning away. We still haven't really taken any damage. This ship also, I believe, has the quantum battery is damaged. That's bad. No one advocated for awkward spinning dance, no. Okay, they do actually have a PD laser. They do actually have a PD laser. I thought they didn't. Which means that not enough of our shots are going to get through. We may have to turn around and charge. And we're taking a lot of damage here. I think charging may have been the right idea to hit them with a 40mm. Let's see what we can do against the other targets then. We're now at a Delta V. Damn it, we danced for too long. I should have just gone in. I should have just gone all in. We now have no Delta V and we can't turn around to face the enemy. I want to reload this and do it again. We got messed up with that, maneuver where I misclicked and it did a little dance. I don't want to end with me dying on a misclick. I think that's not fair. It's because it was overlaid on top of its own... Because it was overlaid on top of its own arrows for controlling it, I just messed up. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do as well, Kite. We're going to try and slow away and pick off the smaller ships, then when we've got them, we'll close in on their big ship and just try and machine gun it to death. You'd think the game would load fast, but it does not. Not when you've got a campaign that's been going on this long. Come on. You can do it, computer. Wow, it's taking a really long time to reload. I just want to say while we're waiting here, thank you everyone for your help tonight. I know the shipbuilding design stream may have been a little bit frustrating for some people, but it's important to, like, take in everyone's opinions sometimes, and there's a lot of different sort of ideas and philosophies. Why did you count misclick? Okay, let's try again. The no count versus this fleet. I think this is doable. Alright, so we're going to come in at no speed, and we're going to start flying away right from the start. I don't want to go away too fast. I just want to move about this speed here. Please help. It does have all the ship's models. Yeah, that's true. Okay, we're turning around. We did restart the fight because I misclicked. Yes, mishaps. Okay, they're burning. So this time the cruiser's burning right towards us at high speed. Like, at incredibly high speed. So I think we need to padlock to it to turn around. God, that's a lot of firepower. That is a lot of firepower. I'm just watching to see if the 40mm can deal with the amount of railgun rounds that are coming at us. Our railgun rounds are not getting through. And the Boondoggle's dead. The Boondoggle is instantly dead. That one PD laser. We did better last time because we allowed the nose gun to fire at it for longer. And that overwhelmed the laser. I'm gonna take one more attempt at this, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I think we can't afford to turn around. I think we need to use the forward weapons. We basically need to charge it. Which is dangerous as hell. But it can only fire... It's only got enough firepower to stop one of our railguns. Yeah, what Mishaps is saying. Max speed, close combat, death or glory. That's what we're going for. I still find... Yeah, well, they can be shot down by 40mm, not just lasers. Take from that what you will. You get one charge. One shot. I've got Hamilton in my head now. I will not throw away my ship's shot. It's terrible. Oh, please don't punish me for saying that. I'll say it again. By the way, this is a great track. One of my favorite tracks. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. This has been a lot of fun. I know we only got through about 2 months of gameplay, but they've been great. We're back at war again. Isn't that fun? Just always at war with the A's. Come on. Load game. Right, we're back in. But why didn't the battle ping? Do I need to unpause? Where is the battle? It's still en route. Okay, if I unpause, the battle should start. Okay, it's rolled us back a little bit further. And then here's the battle. Okay, what people... If you're actually... Why you fight to fight so much? Because I need to try and keep... I don't have enough of a research advantage to not fight. Try to evade the initial part of the fight. I don't know. Well, we could try. It's very hard for our ships to evade. Look, I'm not going to do anything particularly complicated here. I'm just going in. Oh, it's a save. Well, I can go back to that save if this dies. Don't evade. They can't attack if they die first. All right, I'm confirming. We're going in. I'm burning in. They've come in a completely different way this time. I actually wanted to like angle up a little bit. Is that angling up properly? No, I'm not pressing the right button. I always forget the button I want to press. It's not that one. There we go, it's Q. I want this to go here, and then I want to press Q, and I want to go up, but it's gone down now. And then I want you to go forward. Something like that, I think, will get us on mission pretty quickly. Except I just messed it up by clicking on that guy again. See, it's actually bending down here, which I don't want it to do. No, it is actually... Is it just going up? It's so hard to tell. Yeah, it is just going up. Okay. So if it's just going up, I then want you to go up and forward. And I want you to go basically forward for me. Like that. That'll do. Setting your harder to hit. If you go higher, proximity distance is a little bit longer. I'm going to padlock to them as well once we get to about here. So set him as the primary target. I'm going to set the autocannons to Guardian, which means they will shoot at enemies if they get a shot, otherwise they will defend. We're going to unpause. We're going to die, right? There's no way this is going to work. I'm going to try and relive this fight during the week and see what I can do. Well, I don't know what these shots were going. That was quite cool. He did a roll. He's quite far from the other ships, actually, at the moment. Once we get past this burn point is when I'm going to padlock. Okay, we're now padlocked. We've got the double shots coming out. They haven't started hitting yet. We're taking hits on our frontal armor. And it's not going well for us, and we're dead. Okay, so I don't think we can win this. We got a couple of hits in that time, but we died horrendously. I love Miss Thompson's like, hey, this is looking good. Combat is good. Miss Thompson's good. Alright, what we'll probably do is we'll start the next stream with me cancelling that move and trying to save the boondoggle. Otherwise, I'll take a couple of cracks at this offline, and if I work out how to do it, I'll try and do it on stream. The PD stopped firing as soon as you padlocked. Interestingly, why did that happen? The Dreadnought absolutely roasts. That Dreadnought is terrifying. That Dreadnought is very terrifying. Okay. I'm very sorry to say that on that very sad ending, I'm going to go to bed because it's super late. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and for your commentary. Ninja. I hope you have a great morning, noon, night, or day. I will see you soon. I've got Mechanicus. Yeah, on that bombshell, I'm going to bed. I've got Mechanicus on Thursday. I'm finally going to get back to Elden Ring on Sunday. I'll hopefully get another Cataclysmal video out very soon as well. Jingles, please. What jingles do you want? What do you mean by jingles? Okay, I'm going to head to bed before I answer more questions. Have a great one, everybody. You all rock. Don't forget that. I love hanging out with you. It's great fun. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your days to do so. So don't forget that you're all amazing. T-Ram, thank you very much for the super chat donation. You're a legend as always. Lexreal, thanks for the 7 months. Thank you, MCR and Razorback, for the follow. And I will see you all in the next stream or video. Ciao for now. See you later.